What is going on, guys, and welcome to a new video. And today I want to talk about some information that was released on a live stream yesterday regarding changes to herbs, specifically herb drops and herb farming. So Mod Jack and Mod Shogun spoke about upcoming changes that are aimed at trying to make farming more profitable as a skill, more relevant as a skill, and also to reduce the power of some PVM drop tables in terms of bringing raw supplies into the game. So at the moment, you can kind of go to bosses and get all of the supplies that you need for herb lore, and several of them have really big, herb drops. The main one that's coming to mind at the moment for me is Hellweir. Like, you can get like 800 like grimy dwarfs or lanthodimes in less than an hour there, which is just a crazy amount of herbs to be able to bring into the game just from killing a boss. So with this update, there's going to be two key changes. The first one is that herbs are going to be removed from boss drop tables, so not even just reduced, completely removed, and they're going to be replaced with seeds. And the second thing is there's going to be a quality of life and UX changes made to farming herbs specifically that will make the run smoother, quicker, and increase the yield and make them feel like less of a pain to do. So they didn't go into like a huge amount of detail. They gave some like core changes that are going to be made, but didn't go through all of the rewards that are going to be available. But the first and the most important thing in terms of increasing the yield of the herb runs is that you're going to be able to plant up to a maximum of 10 seeds per patch. Now, this is going to be like a varying amount that you can unlock. So you start off with like being able to plant 1, and then I think it goes to like 2, 5, 7, and 10. It's something like that, with 10 being the maximum. Now, it's not going to give you the same amount of yield as if you planted 10 individual seeds. So there's diminishing returns the more that you plant. And they did give some numbers on this. So at 10 seeds, you will get a maximum of 15 herb lives per patch. Now, assuming that everything stays the same, that means that you'll be able to get a maximum of 18 herb lives per patch with Ultra Compost, which is 3 times more than the current maximum, which is 6. Now, I am assuming that there will be more unlocks and things to increase the yield, but with those numbers in mind, the maximum yield the average yield for a herb run doing all 7 patches would be around 243. So a 3 times increase in yield. Now, I think this is going to be a pretty polarizing update, and from the comments that I've seen so far, a lot of people are saying that they're just adding another Stone Spirits drops to PVM boss tables, and you're going to get Stone Spirits, which are basically worth nothing, and then you're going to get seeds, which a lot of which are worth nothing. Now, in the short term, that is going to be true. Seeds are going to stay lower in price for a little while, whilst the massive bulk that's built up over the years is sunk out of the game. However, overall, I think this is going to be a good change for the health of the game. I think that I like the fact that herbs are now going to come from the skill that is supposed to produce them. I like the fact that they're going to make it easier and the yields are going to increase. And I feel that overall, I agree with a lot of the comments that were made around PVM supplying too many raw supplies into the game. I think that it should supplement skilling production and make it better and increase the amount of things that you can produce. But I don't think it should be like the exclusive source of where you get everything from in the game at the detriment of all the other skills, because skilling is like a fundamental aspect of the game. There are so many in the game, and to be honest, I would like to interact with them more, but when you're making like 2 mil an hour or 3 mil an hour or something along those lines, and then you can go in PVM for 100 mil an hour, it doesn't feel like your time is valued when you're doing that. Now, one thing they did iterate was that this is going to be a test, and they will see how the community react. And by react, I don't mean what gets posted on Reddit. I mean how people actually interact in terms of gameplay. Are people starting to farm more? Do people, enjoy doing it? And how much of an impact does it have on the economy in terms of herb volume being produced and the prices that are in there? And those numbers, and it will be numbers based, will dictate whether this is the kind of change that they could make in the future for other raw materials. So, if we look at like logs, they enter the game almost exclusively from PVM drop tails like divination, energy, and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot that enters the game through PVM, and although I don't think completely taking everything off and removing everything is the right approach, I do think that tweaking it so that PVM supplements and improves as opposed to as the sole source is the way to go. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys found it useful. I will put out a full video covering the changes once they've done the update with all of the quality of life updates, and we'll see how many herbs we're actually going to get per run. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.